Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, June 27th, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Some 776 students received certificates of completion in their respective courses as they graduated from the SVG Community College yesterday. Held under the theme Tolerance and Respect, Imperatives for the Changing World. The graduates were given advice how they can be better individuals and to successfully deal with various situations in their academic work and personal lives. Nikita Tony tells us more in this report.
Tolerance and respect, imperatives for a changing world. That's the theme under which the SVG Community College, SVG-CC, held its 9th amalgamated graduation ceremony yesterday, Tuesday, June 26. The college, which comprises 4 divisions, namely the Division of Arts, Sciences and General Studies, the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, the Division of Nursing Education, and the Division of Teacher Education, handed out diplomas to some 776 students at yesterday's ceremony, 21 of which completed their studies at the Jamaica Theological Seminary in Guidance Counseling. 4 students were presented with divisional valedictorian awards. They are Joel Thompson from the Division of Nursing Education, Troy Eustace from the Division of Teacher Education, Deanna Archibald of the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, and Gerald Porter of the Division of Arts, Sciences and General Studies. Delivering the valedictory address, Troy Eustace urged his fellow graduates to be their best as they continue to show respect and exhibit tolerance.
When we must not only question the world around us, we must also recognize this as an opportune occasion to peel away the externalities and look deep within. We must ask ourselves the simplest of questions today as we go on our roads as proud graduates. Who are we? Who are you? Who am I? Let us be tomorrow from our night of peace, no doubt confronted with many challenges, but inspired by experience that yes, we can, yes, we will.
Ophthalmologist and motivational speaker Dr. Kenneth Ono, who was the featured speaker, encouraged the graduates to keep in mind that nothing changes until they change. He added that they must also respect themselves and heed to their inner voice.
If you do today what others don't, you will have tomorrow what others won't. The way we think leads to the way we feel, well, our emotions, which lead to the actions we take, and it leads then to our results. So change the thoughts, you can change the results. So thoughts, the emotions, which are the feelings, actions, and then the results. How many times has that inner voice kept you away from trouble? You tell yourself after the fact, oh, I should have listened to my voice. But trust me, that inner voice is a gift that God gave us. If you only listen to it, it can make a big difference in your life.
Authorities at the SVG-CC said they remain committed to providing quality tertiary education in SVG and want the public to take advantage of the courses offered at all 4 divisions. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
A call has been made for more men to pursue teaching as a career. This call was made by Nigel Scott, director of the SVG Community College, as more than 700 students graduated from the college yesterday, Tuesday, June 26. Scott said men are needed to mentor the next generation as he threw out the challenge for more men to embrace the opportunity provided through the SVG Community College Division of Teacher Education to pursue training. Scott gave the assurance that the division, which recently marked 53 years as a teaching training institution, will continue to offer its services for many years to come.
1,378 females, or 64% of our student population. We continue to encourage an increase in the number of males accessing higher education, especially as this percentage is similar to previous years. A particular concern to me is the low number of male student teachers at the Division of Teacher Education. Only 21% of our students at that division are male. This would certainly have implications for our young in primary and secondary school who long for the right type of male role models. Somehow, we have to find a way of encouraging more worthy young men to enter the teaching profession.
Yesterday's graduation ceremony was held under the theme Tolerance and Respect, Imperatives for a Changing World, and Scott used the opportunity to encourage the graduates to not only be respectful but to be the change they want to see.
I urge you to be respectful in all that they do. There are too many bitter and rude people in our world. Too many who only seek self-gratification and care very little for others. I need you to promise yourselves to change that. Be the difference you want to see in our world. Do not wait until it is too late. Seize the moment now. Be respectful and make a difference in our world. Place God first in all that you do, and may His grace be sufficient for you as you move forward.
And the Oviya Government School held its 2018 graduation ceremony today under the theme, It's a Climb, Set Your Goals and Reach Your Fullest Potential. The school received 100% passes in this year's CPA examinations. The top performers were Miracle Nero, Kyla Miller and RJ Williams. The valedictorian Kyla Miller received an award from the Anis Lavis Cyrus Foundation. The graduation ceremony featured the successful CPA students who will be entering secondary school in September and preschoolers who will be moving into kindergarten as they begin primary school. Head teacher Natasha Lavin Nero encouraged the graduates and particularly those who will begin secondary school to always strive for success.
The building that you are placed in does not determine how well you do. Study hard, set your goals, and reach. Remember our school's expectations. Be safe, students. Don't put yourselves in any situation that you will be harmed. There are rapists around. Keep your virginity for your husbands and wives. Be respectful. Don't think you are bigger than your parents or those in authority. Be courteous. Say thank you. Excuse me, please. I'm sorry. These are the simple words, but these days they seem to be lacking. Be excellent students. Whatever you do, do it to win, to reach your highest point by showing your true potential.
Lavin Nero also encouraged the parents and guardians to be good role models and thanked them for their support in helping the school to achieve 100% pass rate in the CPA exams.
Being a parent is a tough job, I know, especially when you have children who are lazy and not motivated to do well. You have to be the ones to push, pull, correct, motivate so that they listen and do their work. Check up on what is done on their phones and tablets. Don't leave them to sail in the wind without your direction. So please, parents, do your job. To the teachers from preschool up to grade 6, your effort was great. Without you, they will not make it.
The youth of SVG are being trained to own and manage important agricultural infrastructure and not simply to seek work with the Ministry of Agriculture. So said Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves at the launch of a greenhouse park in Montreal on Monday, which is intended to improve the quality and quantity of agricultural produce for use on the domestic market. The Prime Minister said the government is looking forward to the completion of a food science lab at the community college and call on the youth to combine their knowledge and entrepreneurial skills to advance the sector.
That we have to have young, educated people going into farming to make a good and decent living out of farming. And I'm not talking ganja, I will come to that shortly. So that it is important that this laboratory, that when we turn out persons, that they don't line up all of them by the Ministry of Agriculture looking for work from the Ministry of Agriculture to administrative work. They are being trained to help to own and manage things like this and work on them.
The Prime Minister added that the private sector is crucial to the success of initiatives such as the Greenhouse Pact.
And that's why it's important. That's why I say we start this project with wisdom and we have to complete it with understanding. And we have to have a very good private-public partnership. This can't be run as a government bureaucracy. It's people who know how to do the business, what to work, and they do it.
With the invasion of the Sargassum seaweed continuing to flood the shorelines of this country, a fisheries official said that the authorities are taking a multifaceted approach to combat the problem. Chris Isaac, senior fisheries officer, told SVG-TV News that since 2011, Sargassum seaweed has been a problem for fisher folk and the public in general, and Cabinet has activated a seaweed invasion task force to determine how to deal with it. Isaac said the problem is too large for a single entity to address, hence multiple stakeholders are engaged in order to clean the beaches and find uses for the seaweed.
Basically, that's going to be using community groups and also using our government agencies such as BRAGSA to take up the Sargassum, and some of it will be used by the Agriculture Research and Development Unit to turn into fertilizer. And those that can't be used would most likely be put either into the dump or used as fertilizer, as is, just as mulch. Looking at it, it's a very big problem, wider than any one organization or even one island would be able to handle. So we're definitely looking at it from a multifaceted approach.
Isaacs added that careful attention is being paid to the results of scientific research in neighboring islands to find greater use to the marine resource.
There is use for it. It's coming up, it's free, you could go down, you may want to wash off some of the salt from it, but it can be used for fertilizer. In the region, there's also some studies being done by University of West Indies and St. George's University in Grenada, where we are looking at either using it as biofuel. Some persons have started looking into using it to make soaps or cosmetics, and we also are testing on whether there's any nutrient value to it. So it's a Caribbean-wide, it's a region-wide, something that we're trying to deal with, basically.
The senior fisheries officer said a level of care must be taken when removing sand from the beaches using heavy equipment so as to prevent coastal damage.
So we do encourage community groups, you could come together, you don't need to wait, for heavy equipment or anything like that. We actually don't encourage, use of too much heavy equipment on the sand, because even though, yes, it's Sargassum and yes, it's unsightly, we don't want to, be digging up the beach, harming the beach any more than we're actually trying to help. So in terms of efforts to remove it, we could use community groups where you could go down and just use rakes and shovels and, try to take it off the sand.
The threat which the seaweed poses to the tourism sector, as well as measures to address the problem, are expected to be raised in Parliament tomorrow. This country has lobbied for the creation and international task force to combat human trafficking as members of the RSVG police force participated in the African, Caribbean and Pacific State Seminar on Human Trafficking held this month in Brussels. Inspector Junior Simmons of the RSVG police force told SVG-TV News that the one-day seminar, which concentrated on women, girls and the youth, was timely, adding that international partnership is crucial in the fight against this crime.
Simmons and the Grenadians propose a global task force on human trafficking, including representatives from the European Union, the Pacific countries, and also the Caribbean countries, where we can continue our cooperation and information sharing in dealing with human trafficking. Human trafficking, it affects everyone, man, woman, and child. No one escapes this barbaric crime. But women and girls and children, they are the most vulnerable. Hence the reason why more emphasis is being placed on how to deal with these victims.
Inspector Simmons said the force recognizes the importance of the 4P concept to protect victims, prevent the crime, and prosecute offenders. He said that collaboration with local stakeholders is also of importance.
Utilize what we call the 3Ps: prevention, prosecution, and also protection of the victims. But there's also 4P, partnership, where all of the stakeholders, regional governments, international organizations come together as partners in unity against this barbaric crime. And I believe that the meeting was very successful in that we are going back to our several countries and to implement them in the strategy that we would have discussed during this very important meeting.
The police inspector added that victims must not be criminalized for actions committed while under duress.
The strategy that we looked at, prevention, which is very key, which is key to combating human trafficking. As a matter of fact, prevention is key to any crime. It's better to prevent it than to investigate it after. When you prevent it, then you will not have a crime to investigate. So prevention in human trafficking is critical. So that's where we are focusing on that as well. Also, protection of the victims. It's important that we protect the victims of human trafficking. That they not be criminalized, because once you're found to be a victim of trafficking, then you cannot be prosecuted for any crime that you'd have committed as a result of you being trafficked.
Carnival Beat is coming right up. Welcome to Carnival Beat this evening. We heard that a journey through Africa. That's the theme under which a 10 times Band of the Year winner, Nelson Block, has rolled out its 2018 mass production. The band, which has maintained a dominant presence throughout the year, is hoping to conquer its challenges this year, with its band leader Alvin Ali Kodagan saying that despite a number of setbacks, her band is ready for competition. Nikita Tony tells us more in this report.
Having already claimed 10 Band of the Year titles, the Nelson Block Mass Band is coming with a bang for Vinci Mass 2018 as they present a journey through Africa. Ali Kodagan said the 2018 production surely adds to Nelson Block's already high reputation as they marry the traditional elements with a bit of modern flair.
So yes, we still have a bit of traditional within the band. We have cover aspect for the mature persons, and I must say, yeah, we're looking good. Children's sections are Rainbow Nation and African Fauna. And right now the registration is going good. Nile, Royal Dancers, Desert Heat, Indigenous People, Gems and Diamond, and Ivory. One that is not out, which is Warriors, which is an all-male section. Most of the members of the tent normally play that.
Kodagan said that while sponsorship has been an issue, she and her team are not deterred and have been putting in the work to get the band Carnival ready.
I can say for sure that they are excited and the vibes is good, the energy is good. So yes, this year we are hoping to capture it all. So the guy says, okay, let me start from what we have and see where we can go from there. We had our challenges. I'm not saying no with Trinidad. I must tell you that Nelson Block has not gone to Trinidad as yet. Major sponsor, no name mentioned, decided that they can't this year. So Nelson Block has been doing the bit as the case may be, but we are getting by. The next thing is that we have costume bill, but I think it's faced with all the bans and them persons coming in last minute to buy.
The band leader said she is confident that masqueraders will have a grand time with the 10 times Band of the Year winner.
Costume to fit the young, the old, the in between, you name it, we have it. If you want, you didn't see it there, but if you want wire bras, you can get wire bras. If you want, however you want to dress, we can make it happen for you. Come on down, register. We still have a couple of spaces. We're inviting you to take part in Nelson Block this year. Have some fun on the road, clean, healthy, fun, and there's lots in store for you.
They've been around for 35 years, but the Nelson Block Mass Band is promising revelers an exceptional showcase this carnival. Reporting for Carnival Beats, I am Nikita Tony.